Hi, everyone. I'm Dana Ponsky, your guide to college, and welcome to Being Jewish in College's new video series, Kibbutz in 10 Minutes. Today, you're going to get 10 minutes of very valuable information from Rabbi Sarah Rich, Executive Director of Hillel of Buffalo. Thank you so much for joining us today. And to kick this off, my first question to you is, what is the name of the Jewish Center at the University of Buffalo?
We are called the Hillel of Buffalo.
Perfect. And how many Jewish students do you have on campus? And in particular, what is if you know, the breakdown of students who might identify as secular, Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, Reconstruction, Humanist, or any other identifier that a student of our diverse community might use to identify themselves?
So we have approximately 1,500 Jewish students at the University of Buffalo. And Hillel of Buffalo also serves the other local campuses like Buffalo State College, Damon, Canisius, lots of other schools that there are in Buffalo. And in terms of, what communities do these students come from? Everything. With that many students, there is a lot of diversity. And it's really important to us that we're welcoming and inclusive to everybody.
Wonderful. Can you talk about, are there kosher food options available to students on campus? And if so, what are they?
There are kosher food options, and they are available on a meal plan. You don't need a separate meal plan, which I think is nice. And it's ranges from sandwiches, salads, some desserts and things like that. And of course, you can always get kosher food on Shabbat and things like that with Hillel.
Okay. Speaking of Shabbat, my next question always is, are there any weekly Shabbat dinners or gathering opportunities for students?
Yes. So we offer free Shabbat meals on Friday nights. We have a service and then Shabbat dinner, and then people just stay and hang out.
Okay. Do you usually get a large number of students attending?
I wouldn't call it large, but it's really intimate and nice. And people tend to stay for a long time and just enjoy after their week.
Awesome. So going to shift a little bit over to the academic side of things. In terms of the schools that your Hillel serves, are there opportunities for Jewish studies majors or minors or Hebrew language instruction that's available to students?
Yeah, so University of Buffalo has a Department of Jewish Thought, which is unique in that it's not just Jewish studies, but a special focus on Jewish philosophy and Talmud and things like that. But there is Hebrew introduction. I believe you can take 2 or 3 years of Hebrew.
Oh, okay, great. In terms of the political or the social climate that is on the campuses, or particularly at Buffalo, can you talk a little bit about, are there any incidences about BDS or anti-Zionism, anti-Israel, or anti-Semitism, and how has the university community handled that?
Buffalo is a really safe, comfortable place to be Jewish. And I think that's something that is really special. It's a place where you can continue to learn about the topics that you raised, to learn more about Israel and the conflict, but also to learn more about Israeli culture and to celebrate, the positive things and the really fun and unique things about the country. And it's not, in general, a very politically active campus. So if you're looking to really be out there and protesting and things like that, it wouldn't be high on the list, I would say, for someone who wants that, just being frank. But there, people, certainly express their opinions over social media, or things like that. And what we try to do at our Hillel is support you, whatever your viewpoints are, and help you learn more and help you learn how to have conversations with people that you might not agree with.
Wonderful. In terms of students have different experiences when they're on campus, but specifically for a Jewish student, are there any challenges that they might face, coming into the community, especially if they're not from that particular area?
Well, what I think is neat about UB specifically, but the other schools too, is that you do have a large number of students from Buffalo, but we really draw from all over the state. So a large number of our students are coming from New York City, Westchester, Long Island, as well as Albany, Rochester. So and UB is something like 15-20% international students. And so you just have so many opportunities to meet people who are different from you. And that's really what college is for, besides all, learning and getting a job and things like that. It's to meet people and break outside of your bubble.
Okay. what is your most popular and well-attended program that you put on during any given normal academic year? Normal.
Yeah. So what comes to mind for me first is our weekly bagel brunch, which I know sounds kind of simple and kind of humble, much like the bagel itself, but it's that food brings people together. And so we have a really fun, nice office hangout suite in the ground level of an area where if you're on campus, you will pass through that area a lot. There's a Starbucks, there's a bank, there's a drugstore, things like that. It's near the buses. And we're right there on the first floor, and we're open to students so they can come and hang out during the day between classes and things like that. And that's where most of our programs happen. But weekly we have a bagel brunch, and you don't have to, plan ahead. You can just show up and know that you'll run into your friends and new people to meet.
Awesome. What is one interesting piece of information about the University at Buffalo or any of the other colleges in the area that you served that you would want people to know?
So whenever someone finds out I'm from Buffalo, it doesn't matter what month it is, they ask me if there's snow on the ground. And for a couple months of the year, the answer is yes. But it's actually a really, really fun, exciting place. And I think people don't know that there's the city is really on the rise right now. There's a huge entrepreneurship movement here, a lot of innovation, a lot of restoration of historic areas, so many fun things to do. You have, Bills games, the Sabres, hockey, and it's just a really fun place to be. And the university is so close to, to the city and the town. So I think when you're thinking about Buffalo, it's both what can I get academically and what kind of life could I have on campus, but keeping in mind that you're in this really, really fun and exciting place where you can also take advantage of all those things.
That's awesome. And my final question is, what do you love most about leading the Jewish community at University at Buffalo and the other campuses as well?
I think that what I love most is watching students who didn't know each other at the beginning become best friends. And I have students who met through Hillel, and I get to feel like a little, like I played a little role, in their lives. And knowing that, that they had the chance to have these really fun experiences together, to go through college together, which is a lot of fun and often challenging. And I find that part really, really fun, really rewarding.
Wonderful. Well, those are the 10 questions. So thank you very much for participating. We really appreciate it. And we will provide opportunities for families and students to be able to reach out specifically to Hillel of Buffalo. And thank you again so much for participating.
Thank you.